Hey guys, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Today we are taking a look at a Bestech knife. This is the Bestech Nuke. Now the Nuke is a collaboration, I guess you could say, between Bestech and Gregor Skrabarsky, better known as Kombou in the knife world. But this one definitely comes from Bestech's premium line of knives. You'll hear that when we talk about specs and stuff, but apparently this is the smallest of the Kombou designs. So very cool, it's an interesting knife, and it's more on that futuristic type style, which you guys know I don't gravitate towards quite often, but this is a pretty cool little knife. We'll take a look at it. So you've got a full titanium frame, full titanium backspacer. I do like the design, kind of on the backspacer. Got a little bit of opportunity for a little bit of flair there. I like that. Full titanium, as I said, frame lock, as you can see there. You definitely have a titanium pocket clip, right hand tip up carry only. As you can see there, it is inset into that scale, and obviously it is curved as well to fit the curvature of the knife. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. And then you have these inlays here. Now this is the green and black G10 inlays. There's green and black, there's a marbled carbon fiber, there's a blue and black, and a couple of other ones that I can't quite remember off the top of my head. So yeah, anyway, there's a couple different versions of this knife, but this is the green and black. And also, I do like the little pop of color there on the pivot ring. I like that, just a little flare again, but an opportunity to put some pizzazz, if you will, in the knife. Is that a word? It's a word, but probably not a word that gets used very often. But anyway, very interesting design. Now, I said this does come from their premium line, and it's full TI, everything all around except for the inlays, obviously. Now, the one thing I did notice about this knife is the titanium is not really chamfered anywhere. And I'm not really telling you that to tell you that's a bad thing. I'm just telling you to tell you it's a thing. Now, as you can see, it's chamfered up here, but in the handle and stuff, there's no real chamfering going on. Like I said, not a bad thing, just something I'm letting you know. I personally like to see it, and from a premium knife, I thought I would, but not in this case. So there you go. Now, it is a flipper. Now, you got three basic options for opening the knife. You've got the flipper, index finger got me again. There we go. You can spidey flick it. This finger gets in the way. It's just dumb. And you can thumb flick it, of course. Frame lock, as I said, the action is really pretty darn good. Nice dropper. As you can see there, it broke. And it maybe could be a tad stouter on the detent. It's not bad. It breaks and it goes, but it's kind of sluggish. It's kind of slow. It doesn't jump out there like some do. But overall, detent's not too bad. Centering, yeah, centering's pretty darn good. I would hope so. Most definitely. And there again on the drop. Very nice. Now, check out that blade. They call it a Wharncliffe. I mean, it's definitely modified as all get out. Check that out. M390. Oh, there, I had it right the first time. M390 on the blade. Nice I'm kind of digging the grinds on this. It's kind of got that Bestech flair to it. Nice landing pad for your thumb with that jimping on the spine. Now, you can definitely choke up. You got a fairly generous forward finger choil. Now, for me on this knife, the choked up grip is the most comfortable grip, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. Nice belly in the blade. Not a lot of cutting edge. We'll talk about that in a minute, but decent belly on it for the cutting edge that you do have. So, all right, let's get into the specs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 3/4. Pretty much a 4-inch handle, and then a 2 3/4-inch blade, and then your cutting edge is going to be down to right about 2.5. So if you've got that 3-inch cutting, 3-inch length limit, you're well within that with this knife. And as I said there, decent forward finger choil to use. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Size comparison time. There's the PM2. Obviously, the PM2 is a much longer knife, but as far as height and stuff, you're pretty darn close. Height of handle, height of blade, just longer on the PM2. And then you have the bug out. And as far as overall length goes, bug out's got it by a little bit. A little bit on the blade, a little bit on the handle, about 1/4 of an inch maybe or so on each side. Get a weight on it. I think it was right about 4 ounces on this one. Definitely not the 8.5 or whatever it was with that Concept Corvid XL. Whenever I think about that knife, I chuckle. I just really do. All right, so there's grams. 111. Yeah, we're pushing 4. 3.9. Okay, not bad. Now, I said we were going to talk about the pocket clip a little bit. It's a decent pocket clip. It's not going to be full deep carry, as you can tell. You do have a little bit exposed there. The main thing I wanted to talk about is, now you don't have a lot of height. You got a ramp, but you don't have a lot of height on the clip. So I did find it a little bit, pushy going into like my jeans and stuff like that. But as you can see, it does have some give. So it kind of forgives that as long as it, as long as the seam fits into the ramp, it'll push out of the way just fine. I do have a pair of jeans that the seam is a little bit thicker. That one I didn't like so much. But for general, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Overall, this one comes off the premium line from Bestech. You're looking at about $300 for this one. $297, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check that. Yep, $297. Okay, good. Yeah, $297 for this one. Now, overall, the build quality is pretty good. The action is pretty good. Ergos, really, like I said before, I mentioned that, it wasn't really chamfered out. That really doesn't affect my ergos at all. It's a super comfortable knife in the forward, choked up grip. Now, when I come back here, it's just a 4-finger knife for me, and I don't have overly large hands. I'm in that kind of smaller end of large, medium large, whatever you want to call it. This grip, I feel a little forced. I feel a little forced right here. To get a full 4-finger grip right there, I'm feeling, yeah. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything like that, but I'm being forced up into that with that finger choil there. Really odd, and maybe it happens to be with maybe the curvature of the handle or something, but I do feel kind of like forced into that grip. Now, when I choke up in that forward finger choil, it's super comfortable. Absolutely 100%. And it actually gives you have a lot of control over this knife. You've got, as far as grips and control, that's not an issue. Super, you can get a great control of the knife. But for me, in the normal, natural grip, I just feel forced right in here. And, I mean, as you can see there, it's got a little bit of a, and I don't have a death grip on this knife. I mean, I'm just gripping it. I would get a decent, good, solid grip if I was going to use the knife in this method. And I do. I feel kind of forced up in that area. So just something, something I noticed for me may not be for you. It may not be an issue for you, but I definitely noticed it there. Overall, the build quality is good. The knife is, there's nothing wrong with the knife, with the exception of that issue in the grip. Other than that, it's really solid. I have not added a lot of Bestech's premium knives to my collection. I've had a few of the, the regular everyday, $75-ish Bestechs. Love them. Kind of like me with Wii and Civivi. Civivis are really, really good knives, and I just never really dove into the Wii market because Civivis are so good and they're much more affordable. And now that they're using the materials they're using on Civivi, that just makes it even better. And that's kind of the way I've been with Bestech. Just never really jumped into their premium brand of knives. Nothing wrong with them. Absolutely not. All well made. Bestech does some great OEM work. As a matter of fact, they did the first OEM work for Finch. And I love those knives. I love the Runtley. So no issue no issue there. But I just, that forward, that natural grip, it just kind of forces me into a grip that I don't really care for. Choke up on that finger choil, and it is a-okay. Let me know what you think, guys. Always interested in hearing your thoughts on a knife that I review. Always great. And I tell you what, guys, I had a comment recently about, I gotta throw this out there. I had a comment recently, and it was something like, you know, I really like the comment was something like, I really like the video, but if you're going to respond to a comment, you know, something more than thanks for watching would be nice. And it's like, okay, I can understand that. But one of very few content creators that actually responds to pretty much every single comment that I get. There's only so many ways I can say thank you, guys. I'll say thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. You know, I think for 99.9% of you, that's okay. I hope so. I mean, at some point, I may have to go with the obligatory, you know, give you the heart and move on. I hope not. I mean, it might come to that someday, but I really pride myself in responding to every single comment. And if you get a thanks for watching, that's me saying thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So just wanted to throw that out there, guys. I appreciate every single one of you that watch. I really do. So thanks a lot, guys. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.